So your science teacher is back again. So first tell me how you all are. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you washing hands at regular intervals of time? Following the rules of social distancing? Yes, that's like my students. So children, I welcome you to my second video lecture of first chapter 6th standard science, food. Where does it come from? So children, in first video lecture of mine, I discussed with you that what is food. Then we discussed why should we eat food. Then I discussed with you that what are the different types of food. And then finally I discussed with you that why should we eat cooked food. So I hope you all have revised these important topics properly. Okay? So let's move on further. So students, in previous topic as I discussed with you that we should always eat cooked food because it is germ free, its flavor is best, means it is better than uncooked food, and it is also easy to digest. Okay, and daily also children, you keep on demanding new dishes from your mama. मम्मी आज हमें ये खाना है, मम्मी आज हमें वो खाना है, और मम्मी ने अगर 2-3 एक ही डिश बना दी तो सब ऐसे मुंह फुलाकर बैठ जाते हैं. मीन्स we all like to eat variety of food items in day-to-day life. So children, for making a particular food items, we require different things. Say for example, I will give one example of your interest. Say, I am sure you all must be knowing the recipe of preparing Maggi. Yes, your favorite one, Maggi. So, can you tell me the things which you need for preparing Maggi? Yes. So, first you take out the small packet of it. You open the packet, then you take out the Maggi noodles. So, first thing, you need Maggi noodles. Then you take out a small silver color sachet from the packet that contains the taste maker. That is the second thing. And third thing is water. It means for preparing Maggi, we require 3 things. Maggi noodles, taste maker and water. So children, these 3 things are called ingredients for preparing the dish of Maggi. Yes. So children, whether you take cooked or uncooked food, for preparing any kind of food material, we require some raw materials, different things. And these different things we call ingredients. So, ingredients are various things which we require to prepare a particular dish. Say, let's take one more example. If you want to prepare a dish of boiled rice, then the items which you are going to need is rice and water. I hope you might have observed your mother cooking rice in kitchen. What she first do? She first take cup full of rice, soak them in water, then she drain out the water, then she take those soaked rice and she keep water in a pan over the flame. And once water comes to boil, she put those soaked rice into the water. And when water boils, after a few minutes, our dish of boiled rice is ready. So children, different things which we require for preparing a particular food item, those things we call it as ingredients. Right? So now my question to you is, from where we got these ingredients? Let's take the same example again. I told you that for preparing an item of boiled rice, you would be needing rice and water. So from where we get rice? Yes, we all know very well. We obtain rice from the rice plant, the paddy plant. Right? So children, whatever ingredients we use in our day-to-day life for preparing particular food item, all these ingredients we obtain from 2 sources. And children, these 2 sources are, that is, first one is plants and animals are the two basic sources of our food. Whatever food we eat, whatever things we require as an ingredient to prepare a particular food item, all these things ultimately we get from two sources, plant and animals. So let's see how plants they act as our food resource. So before we move on to the type of food materials we get from plant as our food resource, let's have a look upon the structure of a plant. So we all have seen variety of plants in our day-to-day life, small plants, bigger plants, and most of them have all common parts. So let's see what are those important parts of the plant. So children, a complete body of plant can be divided into two sections. One section is referred as the shoot system and another section is known as the root system. So first, that is shoot system. It is basically comprised of those parts which are present above the soil, which are present in the direct contact of air. So sometimes we also call them as aerial parts. Aerial parts means which are in direct contact of air. So first section of our first system of plant body is shoot system, which is present above the soil, above the ground, and it includes leaves, stem, branches are also there, fruit, flower, etc. And you have seen in your daily life, children, that all these plant parts are present above the soil. So we call it as a part of shoot system, right? Another part of the plant is referred as the root system. And root system is that plant part which generally occur below the soil. So shoot system above the soil and root system below the soil. So as the term itself indicating, root system, roots of the plant, they occur below the soil. So these are present under the soil. Is it clear? And in roots of the plant, children, we have two types of roots. First is referred as the primary root. In some plants you see that there is a one main thicker root which is very long also and thicker also. That root we call as the primary root. And over the surface of that primary root you will see tiny hair-like structures. So those hairy structures basically are the secondary root. And primary root and secondary root together, they comprise the root system of the plant. Right, children? So now we know that the plant body is divided into two parts, shoot system and root system. Right, children? So now, as I told you that plants are one of the important source of food for we people. It means in some plants, the ingredients which we are requiring for preparing food, in some plants we get them from their flower. In some plants we get it from their stem. In some we get from the roots. It means in plants their various parts can be eaten and they are called as edible part. Okay, so let's see about edible parts of a plant. So children, let's see now what do we understand by the edible parts of a plant. Now children, edible parts of plant are those parts which we can eat and that should not harm us also. So fit to eat parts of plant are referred as edible parts of a plant. Another thing, children, always remember that all parts in a plant are not edible. It is not like that you choose any one plant randomly and we can eat each each and every part of that plant? No, never do that, because some plants on this earth are poisonous also. And if you are going to taste them randomly like anything, then it may harm your body also. Right? So, in a plant, all parts are not edible. Secondly, different plants have different edible parts. Means, in some plant, stem would be edible. In some plants, leaves and seeds may be edible, etc., etc. So, let's see a series of examples of those plants respectively in which roots are edible, in which stem is edible, in which leaves are edible, and like that only. Let's see examples for each category of the edible part of the plant. So, for example, the plants in which roots are edible, such examples are radish. Another is carrot. We all are very fond of eating gajar ka halwa. So, that carrot is basically the root of the carrot plant. Okay? Similarly, beetroot. It is one of the important source for obtaining sugar on commercial basis. And that beetroot itself is the root of the plant. Right, children? Now, let's see examples of those plants whose stems are edible. So, in this category, we have potato. Yes, children, potato is a kind of a stem. We learn in our higher classes that although potato and onion and all these examples which are written here, ginger, these three different examples of stems, all three we obtain from below the soil. Okay, but these are referred as the modified stems, and these are considered stems only. So, edible stems we have potato, onion, ginger, etc. Another is examples of edible leaves. So, in edible leaves we have examples like mustard. Now, mustard what we call in Hindi sarso ka podha. Okay, so in mustard, then lettuce. Now, lettuce, it is very commonly used for the preparation of salad, and we call it in Hindi the salad patta. Okay, so that is lettuce. Then we have coriander. What is saying in Hindi? Dhania. So that is coriander. Now, next one is those plants whose flowers are edible, whose flowers can be eaten. So examples we have pumpkin. Then banana. Yes. The flower of banana is commonly used for preparing one of the famous food dish item in our South Indian places. Okay. Then rose. I hope you all might have eaten a dish named as gulkand. So that gulkand is specially prepared by the rose petals. Okay. Then come to those plants whose seeds are edible, whose seeds we eat. So in seeds, children, most of the pulses, most of the beans and most of our grains and cereals, most of the spices, these all things are nothing but the seeds of the respective plants which we are eating. And in the last we have got the category of fruits. So that's a very common example for you. Most of the fruits and vegetables which we buy from market, all these are edible, like mango, oranges, apple, banana. So most of the fruits of the plant, they are edible by nature. Right, children? So in exam, you may get from this topic questions like name 2 edible roots, name 3 edible stems, name 2 flowers which are edible. So children, you have to remember minimum 3 examples for each category. Right? Now children, we have certain plants where more than one edible parts are present. Means in a same plant, minimum 2 parts are there which can be eaten. Let's see what are those. So first let's take the example of mustard. So in mustard plant, the edible parts are seeds and leaves. Okay. So seeds generally we use in kitchen for seasoning of the food item. तड़का लगाने के लिए हम use करते हैं. Another leaves. So by using leaves, you make different food items. For example, in winters, we all are very fond of eating sarson ka saag. So that dish is prepared by using the leaves of the mustard. Another example is banana. In banana, the edible parts are fruit. Banana itself the fruit of the plant, then flower, and another one is a stem. But children, always remember that leaf of the banana plant is not edible. In fact, it is used as a serving means. We make use of the banana leaf platter for serving of food, but it is not edible. Next one is pumpkin. What is it in Hindi? Kaddu. Okay, so that pumpkin plant, edible parts are fruit. The pumpkin itself, and another one is flower. Yes, the flowers of the pumpkin, they are used for preparing tasty snacks. And another one is coriander, dhania. So in coriander seeds, we grind them, and that we use as one of the important spice in our kitchen. And another is leaves. So coriander green leaves are used just for providing extra flavor to our food. Right, children? So that's all about our this second video lecture on the chapter food. Where does it come from? And in this, basically, I discussed with you about ingredients. Then we discussed what are the important parts of a plant, and then we discussed about the edible parts of the plant. So children, go through the lecture thoroughly, and I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Take care. Bye.